4-minute or 5-minute short, right? You're just reading what you're reading. I do not believe it. I trust redacted. But again, disclaimer, you make up your own mind, you do your own research. I'm just sharing information, so I don't claim to believe nor disbelieve or tell you to believe nor disbelieve. This is not an official whatever, because I'm scared that they're going to find an excuse to cut my channel. But this is information you have to hear, just like...
I'm going to fast forward it a bit.
They have ways even through the air of making vaccines. They have experiments with that. Now, I presume from all the things I saw in my body and funny symptoms I never had before, I'm presuming it is possible. Again, if I say for sure my intuition or my logic tells me they've attacked me with strange viruses, I don't claim to know exactly. I claim to know that I've had marks on my body and I've had parasite symptoms and even like metallic parts. I felt real pain inside my body and stop my
problems with my heart.
Bad, my ability to meditate. That's obvious because that's what I feel. But what they actually injected me, I'm pretty sure at some point, like when I had drinks or a hamburger, it was parasites. Now, what I'm showing you that's international, I cannot tell you or confirm because then I'd be, you know what I mean? Never mind.
Let's advance it a bit.
That day, I only knew after when I sort of either at night or in the morning, early morning, when I opened my TV and noticed Trump won. While I was at the hospital, I remember I figured it out because somebody told me, "Hey, who do you think is good? You know Trump?" And they were making fun of Trump that he had no chance of winning. I said, "Don't be too sure about that." I told someone that was talking to me about that. That was totally brainwashed. That whatever, you know, they were all right and Trump's team was totally wrong, and in some ways they are, but every government is doing something wrong. Maybe even the conservatives are not the way I would want them to be. Maybe not as bad as Trump, but I'm sure they're not perfect. But they've done a lot of good work, I have to be honest, to fight the corruptive
liberals.
But, you know, you believe what you want. I'm bringing you this, and I'm not going to stay too long in it. Just this part, I still cannot believe I'm reading this. And this, it goes especially for the people that tell me that I'm crazy, that they would inject things in me without telling me.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't see this, I wouldn't believe it. So people that still tell me I'm crazy, that I imagine the police follow
me for 2-3 years, I said they do that.
It has to be vaccines that they inject in me. It could be. I've had symptoms of the other mRNA vaccines, heart problems after I got injected. Yes, see that I'll tell you. But is it that for sure? Only they know what they injected me. But the fact that
they're not allowed, obviously.
Karma,
even here, it doesn't say that.
Am I the only one that produces karma on the planet? Is Montreal and Canada and the world eventually going to find out by being blown up? And is it that somebody in the background gives the orders for them to follow me, even though they know that? Because like you see on some of my share now, Inspiracy, that the clock is turning, they want to abolish the whole machine before we're awakened, so that we're going to reincarnate again,
reset.
And the world is going to restart, and only
they want it to be like the Ice Age.
Are going to survive. Because I don't know why I have this ability to cause karma. The police probably knows it, or it's people would investigate.
Of course they know.
It's there. What are the odds that my arm hurts when I wasn't attacked that week? That's for sure. I would have said it at the hospital, and I'm sure they have records. Police, you can check the records when I went to see the doctor.
Why would my arm hurt only when Trump is getting voted in?
Myself, like usual, police accuse me of being crazy. When you're the crazy psychopaths that have to follow and torture an innocent, sick old civilian, this is
that
reality.
Ask you for help.
And you can lie all you want, stamp papers, print new laws, make new things. And this, I don't know where they got this information. They don't really talk about who the heck said it. They would vaccinate people. You have to see the whole thing, right? I might post it, but listen to this.
Surface now with coronavirus, hantavirus, Ebola, and the reason why they're doing this is because the idea is if you could create a virus that can get the whole world sick and create a solution like a vaccine, now there's an incredible power in this new world of potential biowarfare. That's what's going on here.
Now, I'm going to just extrapolate a little bit because I was watching
evil, period. That is
talking
true.
about he had a report saying that AI has the ability
Did she say extrapolate? That's the same word I use. Look at the comments.
to become smarter on its own without human intervention.
The authorities here are satanic.
Now, in the same breath, we have an AI vaccine that inserts DNA. And so what do we make of the idea that this was used, that AI was that there was like human checking. I don't know, how dystopic do we want to be about the AI bit? Is that the least disturbing bit?
No, I think it's just AI used to appropriate. It's asking artificial intelligence as the virus mutates and all these different variants, what part of it is consistently the same to actually make the genetic code against that segment. So it's a good use of AI, and AI should be used. In fact, AI could be used to study the conformational changes in the spike protein. The spike protein, when it folds, it exposes different regions to produce antibodies. So an opportunity for misadventure was shown in a Australian vaccine. You know, one of the early Australian spike protein antigenic vaccines exposed the region of the spike protein that has homology with HIV. And all of the Australian human subjects turned HIV positive after getting their experimental COVID vaccine. That was back in 2021. So this is astounding that the COVID vaccine, campaign and the empire that it's become has had so many missteps and has produced, commercially grossly unsafe and completely ineffective vaccines.
So it would seem to me that now that we have a pause on new research for mRNA vaccines, that this is just...
I'm interrupting the talk. Look at this one. They're already doing that in food, water, and air. I could confirm with that. With me, even extra. Just like I said, Bill C-63, look at it yourself. Even though it may still be blocked or delayed, but if you see the law, it's a crime. But it does not include following and torturing someone. This is why
But that's why they see it here.
If I am to die soon or be further jailed or in psychiatry, can people at least not call me crazy? This is all I would want. No, it's not all I would want.
I would want the world to change.
To reform and stop themselves for attracting
Karma
danger in their life instantly, because karma can hit you instantly. And I have to warn people, I am not joking when it's not...
It's getting stronger, police, my energy. I think you have some idea.
Karma. The police slams me to the floor not long after, not a day or two, but like a few weeks or to a few months after, they got caught doing the same thing and filmed killing someone. I can't find it anymore on the internet.
I wonder why.
Nor the regular news. I don't know why, police. It's funny, Only the one with the kid, because the family, when someone really rebels, but when it's something a bit like, you know what I mean?
They hide everything.
For example, if someone, a mother, calls the police because their son is too violent, can you blame the mother if something happens to the son when the police detains him because he's out of control? Same thing now, police. I am asking God to really now, today, in this second, interfere with your projects towards me. Also towards the world, but more towards me, because it's an unfair fight. In the world, people are getting this information. They can lobby, they can tell their MP, they can look at...
But me, I'm labeled crazy, plus they continue to do it.
Here and delete my channel, they can investigate, they can make a complaint. Like me, even when it was more ongoing, the complaints, and YouTube was easily accessed by these, checkups or censorship, I was blocked 3 times. The third time, it almost came the third time. And I kept saying to YouTube, sending letters, what did I do to deserve that? I'm just sharing.
The same thing I say to the police. Why are you torturing me?
My opinion. I'm giving you my opinion on that they're targeting me. Why? Because I have marks on my body. I have police everywhere, and you can see them. So that's the only reason why I'm putting 2 and 2 together. If you think it's coincidence, what I'm telling you, then fine. I'm thinking. Again, I would think you would be naive if I were in your place, but I'm not telling people what to believe. Call Redacted. Try to get in touch with this doctor, other doctors that are doing the research in AI. Now, DNA vaccines. One thing I can tell you, and this is just an extrapolation. I don't know if that's the word. I'm seeing a similar wave here. They're talking about DNA activation, all these Ashayanadim type research that talks about remembering, waking up your DNA, having different vibratory and energy from source. And
they're trying to slow down or block our connection to God. I don't know if that's possible, but I guess...
planetary, meaning it's intergalactic, the Galactic Federation, the Palladians, and all stuff like that, which I'm new to, but I'm finding interesting. It's not about believing. I find resonance, I find energy and love and truth from Ashayanadim. I find this, and sometimes she works better when she's not with her husband. I find her amazing because they're, first of all, courageous, because well, they have lawyers and money too, but still, they got threatened by people dealing with Ukraine or somebody at AIPAC because they said they were anti-life. Government should have nothing to say with that. I'm not saying I have that intention, or I'm not saying I want to change the law. I'm just saying, shouldn't it be that way? I have no right to defend myself according to the police. Even if they send people, I have no right to even question that the police would never dare send someone to hurt me. But I could confirm they do. I can't say I could defend myself. I just try to get away. And hopefully it will not get to the point that I'm too
I have to
scared
decide.
to be further hurt. Because if I don't see it and they inject me like here, this is exactly why I'm showing you this. To show you that I said that they were messing with my food, but in my area and also with stores, and people were laughing at me, but then they wouldn't taste the food that I noticed that was contaminated. But again, now they're saying that they do it to everywhere. Not all the food, or not at what level, but
2 decades, raw fish consumption has exploded in the U.S. Sushi bars are everywhere, grocery stores, gas stations are selling
So what is it
sushi,
talking
and
about?
millions of people now eat raw fish weekly. But here's a hidden risk that most people never think about: parasites. Yes, salmon is one of the most popular
parasites,
fish.
they like
It
parasites.
actually contains more than 70 parasites. Many are tiny, nearly impossible to see. They're
And
making
they
their
know I'm
way
sensitive to
into
that.
the
That's why
body.
they
Once
put it
again,
in my food.
parasites can hide for years. They frequently lay eggs in the body.
That's what they make me eat sometimes,
That's why
people,
many
I'm
physicians
telling you.
are raising awareness about parasite exposure. Our friend of the show, Dr. Peter McCullough, recommends doing a parasite cleanse at least once a year.
See, these are things I've talked about. That's another thing that I've talked about. This, I think he's trying to sell his products. That's why I'm not gonna
To purge, but still.
It's funny that it came to that, because everything I've said in the last 4 years, before it came out by Redacted and Kim Everson, look at this. They
I was saying the same thing.
DNA while you're not looking. How? I didn't find it yet. You see the whole 15 minutes because
Well, someone I know told me their aunt was at the hospital and they injected her while she was sleeping. Me, I don't know if it was a drug or a vaccine. At St. Mary's, there was a nurse near me with a needle as I was half awake, half asleep, because of course I was nervous. But that's the whole point, that they want to control everything we feel, we do, and when we die. I'm telling you, there's no doubts in my mind, but because they have the delusion that their status or government or policing position gives them the right over our body. It's a reality in some indirect, coerced ways, yes. But technically, by spiritual law, by intergalactic law, by law of nature, they have no right to do that. It is a dictatorship, rulership, monstrosity worse than Hitler, because they're selling themselves as our benefactors while they're experimenting, controlling, and lowering the population. This is the conclusion. Good vibes, like, subscribe, share.